This is not the same defense without Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde. And we all knew that going into this game. I liked to think that we could have that next man up mentality and actually get the job done. Now, we couldn't. I don't think our defense was bad, though. I don't think the safety play was bad, but I don't think it was good either. I mean, biggest play of the game. Bills have the Dolphins backed up 3rd and 22. Bills go in, I believe, a cover 2. They have the 2 safeties back. So the corners know they have help. And Jalen Waddle runs straight down the field. No double move, no nothing. Splits Hamlin and Johnson and gets an easy catch. I have to note this. He was wide open on this play. And both safeties were there, and neither did a thing. That is a problem. I can tell you for certain that would not happen if we had Hyde and Poyer. Even if we had one of them, that doesn't happen. But of course, even with all the mistakes, still could have won this game. We had this game. But man, these injuries are piling up. I'm not even going to go through the list of all the injuries. You know, everyone is injured. Everyone's hurting. Everyone's out. Down to our 3rd strings, 4th strings on the offensive line. Of course, Miami screwed us with the heat. They didn't allow us to have shade. No mist, no nothing. And look, you can't complain. It's part of the game. You got to be prepared. And the Bills, not so prepared for the heat. You know, you train, you do the best you can. You try to simulate that heat, but you can't quite do it. And it hurt a lot. I do also need to bring up the Tua Tagavailoa concussion back issue. There's no way that was a back injury. I'll just come out and say it. There's no way that was a back injury. I mean, come on. It's a joke. He was down. He smashed his head on the ground after barely being touched by Matt Milano. And of course, that was called roughing the passer. Not entirely sure how. Wasn't a late hit. Didn't drive him to the ground. Didn't hit him in the head. Didn't hit him below the knee, which they did to Josh Allen multiple times during the game, and Dawson Knox, and the list goes on. No call. Well, there was a call on that one. No calls on Josh Allen, though. Well, there was a penalty against him, but no roughing the passer. But Tua Tagavailoa falls, smashes his head on the field. You can see he's wobbly, slowly gets up, kind of looks a little off. He's touching his head, shaking his head, adjusting his helmet on his head, nothing to do with his back, starts walking, practically collapses on the field, gets up, looks completely woozy like he doesn't know where he is. His teammates have to pull him up and help him off while he's adjusting and loosening his helmet because it probably felt tight on his head because he had a concussion. Leaves. Miraculously, in the second half, he comes back. I don't know. I don't have an explanation. Concussion protocol. He passed concussion protocol. Well, I guess there's a way to beat the concussion protocol because he had a concussion. Now, win or lose, I would be talking about this. Like, I think some people might be listening and going, oh, you're just complaining because the Bills lost. That's not the case. This is a matter of safety for the players. This is embarrassing for the NFL. And that is why immediately they announced that they're going to be investigating this and they're going to be probably changing the concussion protocol. This is not a Bills thing. This is a player safety situation. I mean, the guy had a concussion and he somehow came back. I don't think there's a doubt in anyone's mind that he had concussion. I mean, maybe Coach McDaniel, he can say all he wants it was a back issue. We all know that that's complete nonsense. If you have a back issue, you don't grab your head. You don't look like you're about to collapse unconscious because your back is hurting. You don't look at your teammates with googly eyes if you have a back issue.